future playgrounds will be?
definitely in our hands.
That's a good one. Some people build businesses, others build foundations strong enough to last decades. Mr. Suraj Shetty is a leader who has always believed in building from the ground up, quite literally. An industrial engineer by training, he began his journey in 2003 with a deep focus on rotational molding. Funplay Systems Pvt Limited did not start as a playground company. It started as a manufacturing driven venture rooted in engineering, discipline, process understanding, and hands on execution. A builder by instinct, an engineer by training, an athlete by discipline, and a leader by example. Please join me in warmly welcoming the driven force behind Play Different, Mr. Suraj Shetty, Director of Funplay Systems Pvt Limited. Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of Playgyaan, Funplay's design podcast. So this is a space where we are going to talk about how play shapes spaces, experiences and communities. So we are going to start our first episode with the one who has shaped this playground industry in a very big way. And joining us today we have with us our own managing director at Funplay Systems Pvt Limited, Mr. Suraj Shetty sir. Thank you for being here sir. So to begin with, I just wanted to ask you one simple and very basic question, yet very deep. So when you hear the word fun play, what comes to your mind, sir?
See, actually, if you say the word, for me, I think it is expression. It is the way you see a child plays, the way he climbs, he slides, and basically there are many hidden things which we have to explore.
Yes, correct. Now that you have been in this industry for almost 22 years now,
Yeah.
since you have started on your own. So tell me in your point of view how play has influenced your way of thinking or we can say your journey so far.
I would put it in this way that since the inception on 2nd May 1994, the first day when I visited the company and seeing that there is a company which caters for small kids, I was really surprised. And it was something new and where very few people knew about it. So it was a challenging thing, and even for the people and for my people to explain them.
Your ex-company. Right?
Yeah, my ex-company, that I'll be working for such companies which cater small kids. Even they were surprised because they couldn't see, which I could see the potential being an engineer. So that's what moved me in this. After 10 long years, we thought that there's something more which we can create for create for spaces for children. That's the reason on the 13th Jan 2003, we incepted our company. And since then, 23 years down the line, we are working towards it.
Like that enthusiasm for bringing the new kind of play in Indian playgrounds. That's what accelerated you for working in this playground industry, right?
I will put it in this way that our thought was always that we should be the first one to introduce the new concept in India. Why second? Why not first? So that motivated us and our team to be the top. I would like to narrate one incident which really triggered me to the core, where I was attending a seminar and I was asked to speak. I would like to see your company after 10 years. So my first reaction was I wanted to be the second best. And the question was, why second best? I said I got my ex-company on the top. So that's where I was told that this is where you are wrong. If you want to lead a company, you must always think like a leader, and you must always think to be the best, not the second best. And that was the day which really turned me things, looking at my work, my people, and the place we work.
That was really great actually. Second best actually कोई सोचेगा नहीं कि second best क्यों बोलेंगे, first best क्यों नहीं. But that was really great कि आपका उसके पीछे thought क्या था. But now that you have learned a lesson, and I think you are the first, like the very best in the playground industry. Like moving forward, and for our audience right now, who are basically designers, architects, and developers, why should they look at play as more than just an equipment? Like, why do you think that play is an essential part of any space, and your product has that potential to offer that importance to any kind of space?
A good question. I would say that basically we got our designers where we try to add value to our products. Basically, I would say that we try to add value where the kids will be socially, emotionally involved, and they should be attached to the equipment like something it is inviting them to be with them.
That's what differentiates Funplay from other brands.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
You have seen the playground industry evolve for almost 2 decades now, right? So, in your time, in your childhood, the playground would have been very different than what it is now. So, how were playgrounds like in India when you began your journey in playground industry, and what major changes do you see since then?
See, that time it was very difficult actually for any newcomers to come out. The infrastructure was less, but now if you see to it, there are many people think they can come in this industry just with the thought that it is very easily available, the spare parts easily available. But we are in a bit completely different ball game where we just think about the future. By the time we decide what we are supposed to do next, people are in a different way. So definitely it is not going to affect us in any way because we are already 6 months or a year ahead about our next planning what we are going to introduce. That's how there are people who just follows us.
अगर मुझे पूछोगे तो मैं हमारे टाइम पे प्लेग्राउंड मतलब तो एक पतरे का स्लाइड होता था, एक झूला होता था, बस उतना ही था. बट नाउ प्लेग्राउंड इक्विपमेंट्स हैव रियली इवॉल्व्ड अ लॉट. लाइक व्हेन आई सी योर कैटलॉग्स, योर कंपनीज कैटलॉग्स, मैंने तो कोई सोचा भी नहीं था कि ऐसा भी कुछ बन सकता है. सो टेल मी अबाउट दैट कि आपके टाइम पे भी आपने जब स्टार्ट किया तो प्लेग्राउंड वाज डिफरेंट. व्हाट वाज योर फर्स्ट प्रोडक्ट, एंड अभी जो आप सेल कर रहे हो, दैट उसमें दोनों के बीच में बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस रहेगा.
हाँ, इफ यू गो टू सी ऐसा है जैसा आपने बोला. पहला जब कुछ नहीं था इंडस्ट्री में, इट वाज मोर ऑफ फाइबर बिकॉज इजीली अवेलेबल, cheaply available, and it was low cost. But when we compare with international standards where fiber is completely banned, so it took us some years to
So
understand.
is it fiber is banned?
Yeah, fiber in playground industries, if you see any international brand, no fiber is used because of it is hazardous when you dispose of. So we have taken an oath that we will not be using any fiber material in our products, and we are 100% rotational molded. And to say one thing very proudly that we are the first company in India to have our platforms, decks and ladders in rotational molding when no one can catch us. When we initially started our company, I was more expert in conversion of fiber products to rotational molding.
That's how you started.
That's how I started because we had to do something. We had to survive. We had a team, so that was the first option which came since we had a rotomolding machine. So fiber was really available. How I was different because I was the only one who can make in plastic. So that's how we converted first fiber, slowly one product, two products. When we had 10 products in the kitty.
You had no metal slides.
We had metal slides, but at that position we had no choice. But slowly we came to know you plan for the future and work accordingly day by day, and that's how we started that we should go for rotational molding. Then we went for rotational molding slides, and our GI slides was completely stopped, and we went 100% rotational molding. Once we got the speed, the direction, nothing could stop us.
Every industry we see, they face some kind of challenges. What were the biggest challenges in early days of playgrounds when you began your journey in design and manufacturing of such equipments?
Challenging is definitely there is nothing called challenge.
Tons of challenges.
That is inbuilt, which we have to accept that it's going to come, small or big. It's how we take it. It's a part and parcel of our journey, and it made us strong.
So I want you to talk about the initial days of your journey, how it started.
I would say that being an engineer, we were the first company working under a smallest space of 3,000 area square feet, and we designed our machine looking after 10 15 machines in the industry. We made our own machines. We know the pro and cons of the machine, and that machine is still with us after 23 years.
Oh.
Because that's the first baby. We'll always have to, we will remember from where it took us, where we started and where we are today.
I've heard that you have made it on like yourself.
Yeah, we made it by ourselves. We have bought each and every material. I can give you the list of material, the quantity, the size of the.
That's crazy.
There was, without drawing, we made it. We had done R&D, everything, and we are really happy that we didn't have to depend on anyone. We learned a very, very hard way.
Is there any moment or project that changed your approach, a turning point in your entire journey? Any such incident that you would like to share it with us or with us, with our audience?
I would like to highlight on one thing. I think where I was always told that you have to keep learning, upgrade yourself. There was one seminar, a company which had a small topic called speed, in which they had invited only the entrepreneurs. And I think that was the turning point of my life, because there we were told in fact, and we thought that we as entrepreneurs, we know everything. But there was a turning point which they told us that you have, if you want to enlarge, scale up, you have to have a team. And a team doesn't means that team means people who are better than you. You always have person who are better than you, who can look after, where you can transfer your opportunities and shoulders to them, where they look up the company, and we give open space to grow our company. The type of people we are supposed to keep. That's where I learned that you should have A class of people with you, no B and C. I think from that day, I had taken up with my HR that we just won't try to take the A class people of the industry and do the very best.
That's great.
I would like to start about something about our previous struggles. It all started, we used to get second Sunday, fourth Sunday, and every Friday weekly off. So we used to start off at 8 o'clock in the morning and work till 7, 7:30, 8, 12-hour shift we used to work with. But we never came to know about the time, planning about the machine. Me with my one single worker, Mr. Shankar. I mean, he's just a helper. One good thing is I think I can identify people where they trusted me, and we started designing one-to-one small. We have never seen, we had seen rotor molding machine just visually, and nothing about design. We started making our own design. We made mistakes. We learned from it. We made, and ultimately, after around 9 months, we erected our machine with flaws. We accepted it because it was too difficult to rectify it. Then slowly in the process, day to day, we rectified it. And I think around with the span of 1 year, we erected our own machine. There were many people who helped us, gave us space to erect our machine, not taking any rent, some doing our machining work, which you can never forget in life. One thing I've learned in life is people, manage people, they manage. That's what we learned, be good to people. And I think that's what we're spending out here. I'm lucky that I'm thankful to God that He introduced us to good people at the right time. They worked with us, and today I think we will be completing on 13 Jan, we will be completing 23 years. And we have got people with 23 years experience with us. Right from the inception of the company, we got 22 years people, we got 21 years people, we got 20 years people. So you can see it's an asset for us where people have joined us in a journey. There'll be hardly, I think, a few, I can count on fingers, the people who have left us. But the numbers have just increased, and our company believes that our strongest point is our people, and we will always keep our people in the forefront, and they will be our true assets.
Now let's talk about Funplay, your brand, sir, which has now become one of the leading brands in playground industry. Starting from 2004 with importing molds to now designing and manufacturing it in-house, to 19,000 plus installation all over India, from Vasai to Wada. It had been a massive journey for you, sir. Can you share how did Funplay begin and what was your vision at that time when you started this journey?
2003 when we started with a company called Fun Mold Engineers, where it was we are just giving fun, making molds, being an engineer. I just had a name, Fun Mold Engineers. I was very pretty attached to this name. But slowly as we started, we entered the playground industries. So this was very odd, feeling out. So we had to change our name to Funplay Systems. Then we came to Funplay Systems Private Limited, where we started having a team, started to grow and all. But the journey was really very difficult, and being one man show, and as the team started gathering, the team started growing, we got our HR, we got operation in charge, we got a production engineer.
So initially you started your journey with just selling the molds or the parts of playground equipments. So it was not a whole product that you were selling before.
And in 2 years, we were just selling the spare parts for the playground industries. We had a machine, so we were just making new products in rotomolding, converting fiber products.
You had
to
no
rotomold.
factory setup,
No,
nothing.
one just 3,000 area setup we had with 5 people. We had our FRP products, fiber products converted to rotational molding. I was little more well advanced with the making of the molds, so I converted all fiber products to our rotational molding. Like first simple was the duck. Everyone had fiber duck. I converted into rotational molding. So all over India I used to supply these ducks. That's how I used to get orders. Started with one duck, then it was a pony, it was a whale, then started with small slides. So around in a process of 1 year, around 15-20 products. We had work for our machines. Our machine started working for one shift, then 2 shifts. Then slowly we decided that this is not what we were born for. Why not do something different? Then we started doing our in-house playground equipment. That's how we named the Funplay Systems came into picture. Funplay Systems, we were just thinking doing locally. After some time, as our team grew, we thought we should do in different states. So for different states, Funplay System doesn't make sense, proprietor. So we thought, why not we go for private limited, where we can have a brand image, where people will say it's a company.
This was in which year?
In 2008, we converted to around Funplay System Private Limited.
Like almost 5-6 years spending importing molds.
We had a good team. That's how one man decision started coming from a team decisions. When one man thinks and 10 minds thinks, it takes company to a different level. Visions, we had to change our vision. When we started, we never thought we'll grow so much. With the right people, right time, the vision changed. Obviously, it has to change because when we come to know that we got a bigger picture to play, we have to mend. And ultimately, that's how today in 2023, we have a different ballgame with the pioneers, with the leaders in this industry. We never thought that we'll have an individual design company where this company will be driven by a design department. Initially, we just used to produce, but now it's a design department which drives our company, and that is going to take us to a next level.
That's nice. Over these years, what were the key milestones that shaped Funplay what it is today?
Our company tries people where we can train people. We are open to training, and this is what made us company become strong. We started with fun mold engineers. Then the next step was Funplay Systems. Then the next step was Funplay Systems Private Limited. Private Limited, by the time we were Private Limited, we were around 6,000 square feet area. Started with 2,500. Then after 6,000, Funplay was around 35,000 square feet area we expanded to. And 2 years back, that is around 2023-22, we expanded by having one more unit at Wada, around 30,000 square feet we added there. So totally around more than 65,000 square feet we are operating, and still we feel the space is less. Because we want to move in the next direction, and that will be coming in our next milestone. And one which I missed was our design team happened to bag the Red Dot Award, Design Award. It's a very good international award in Singapore, where we had the 2 people, design-based people taking the award in Singapore, which is really a milestone we could have never thought. And the product which they designed was Fugri, which people must have forgotten. This generation and the next coming generation will never know about this product, which already been introduced in our playground industry and really recognized now.
And now for audience who may be discovering the brand today, what differentiates Funplay from other brands when it comes to offering a play value to the customers?
I would put it this way, that first we used to copy, but now we create. Very proudly say we create. And I would always say that we must not think about the value, add value, not volume. There was a time, I would say, where when initially we started, we used to copy. We had no choice, we had to survive. But with passage of time, we thought that is not what we are meant for. So now, from 2003 to 2023, in 2023 we create, we don't copy. And we know people wait for us.
That's where the design team was introduced.
That's where
in Funplay.
the design play role has come in the picture. I would say initially when you used to import our molds, there were standard molds which was according to the party, customers who used to make the molds for all over the world. Now in a position where we design our molds and have our molds made as per our requirement, our standards, and that's a proud moment for us. Because when we come to understand, when we design our molds, our designer doesn't want to take anything which is there in the market. We have a completely different sets, our designs are different, our shape are different, and with our logo, we are really proud for it. And that's how we would say we are completely different. Our products will definitely not be same, it will be superior. The type of molds what we are using, we used to use 10 years back, the technology was there, now what we are using, simply we don't want to compromise, nothing. We want to be the best and we will be the best in the industry.
And I think now you are in the position where other companies copy or mimic your product identities.
There's nothing wrong because we started from there. So we always, you have to, if you are in the industry, you have to be ahead. We don't look back what people are doing. I have all my team focused next what we are supposed to do, what next. We are least bothered who's copying, what is nothing, because we already we have decided that we have, in order to be the best, you have to come with something new. That's how our design team comes in picture.
You might be feeling very happy, right? Say that other companies are getting inspired from your designs.
Definitely, it's a very inspirational moment for us, where we never thought. I said as previously that our thought process has changed. It should not affect what people are saying behind our back or doing behind the back. Just enjoy the work, move ahead, and let people see us moving ahead. Fugri is a culturally rooted equipment which we have converted that event into an equipment, successfully managed it, designed it, and for which is what we got an international award, Red Dot Award 2025, and our company is really proud of it because we represented our country on an international background. What more? What more we need? Something really we could never thought of, that our team, our young engineers can think out of the box. That's why I think we are the leaders, and we will definitely be the leaders.
Fugri was actually very exceptional because we haven't seen it before. We have played it in our Indian occasions like Ganesh Chaturthi and so on, but we haven't seen it in playground, and no one would have been imagining such an equipment in the playground. It was really great. Okay, and finally, since this is a design-driven podcast, I would like you to answer, how does design play a role in transforming Funplay's product? So, since the design came into picture of Funplay's journey, what was design role in transforming your products?
I would say design significantly plays a very important role. Design is everything. Previously, we used to just cater the builders, the schools, no designs, just copy same standard products. But since we moved into design, we got architects involved with us. That's where we thought it's a different ball game, and it is really mind-boggling to see when we get inquiries from architects to design their project. Simply great.
So once you started designing your products on your own, you started attracting architects towards your brand. Was it not happening before designing it?
No, no, definitely no. I think design do play a very important role. People may be taking it in a very lighter way, but designers are the backbone of a company where they
Like
can
how design brought this difference in your products?
uh, architects getting involved with our designers for something unique projects where they create and they add value to their products, something which a non-standard product will not give.
So when your playground is installed, okay, when your team goes and install playground equipments, it's not just an equipment. It becomes part of the community where it is installed, right? So in your view, how does your equipment or say playground design impact the children and communities around it?
I would say playground equipments, they transform dead spaces into lively smiles. Why I'm saying this, because in our CSR activity in last 2025 October, Anna, there was a school in our just besides our factory, Anna Sahib School, where they have around 600 Adivasi school kids with no playground since the inception around 15 years, and we are really happy to convert their dead spaces where we install a playground, and we see that it had been converted to smiles. It was something different where our entire Funplay team was on the ground, installed it. They practically installed it. They were there for 3 days. We inaugurated it, and we decided that every year we should do this to the community. That day, I would really say it brought tears to eyes that we being in the industry, we should give back something to the society who are needy, and we have taken it into note that our team have decided that every year we'll try to create empty spaces into lively spaces, and definitely that will go. After the installation of the playground industry in the schools, that day we realized what magic moments our playground equipments can do to the kids, and we have taken it on heart that every year such things should be repeated year by year.
Moving forward, sir, for all the designers, or we can say young designers watching these episodes today, what responsibility, according to you, a designer carry while creating for play?
Actually, I would say that this era, it has been completely transformed. It is being design based. Previously, it was operation based. Being a design base where the working parents are no longer with the kids in the garden, so the designer has to be all the more careful, because the trust of the parents living on us, where the child is safe, any equipment, any height, any slide, any climb, which small things we have to take into consideration. Designer plays a very important role, because ultimately it comes on a company, the amount and the time taken to scale up. It'll one fault design will just get us down, which is really not acceptable. So I would definitely say the designers has to be very careful, step by step. Every point, I think they do play a very important role.
Looking ahead, what do you think the future of playground in India looks like?
Definitely is bright. We are working and will be working on the next Gen Z generations, where we'll have to pull them from the board to the playgrounds, how to keep them interactive, definitely not digital.
And lastly, sir, you might have interacted with our today's Gen Z kids, right? Their approach for looking at life in general is very different, like very different than what we think. And hence, for the next generation, what do you think should a young designer and developer should keep in mind while designing for future play?
Very right question, I think you have asked. I would say playing with different materials, safety engineering, big structures, blend of technology and multi-sensory equipments. I think that is where this will play a very important role for getting down the Gen Z kids.
Because looking at the current scenario, I don't think they are going to detach their mobile phones, and go to playgrounds and play with their mates.
And that's where our designer comes into picture. That's what we think is think out of the box. There's nothing called impossible. Do it. We have got our mission, our one motto, make it happen. That's why we are here.
With new materials, safety thinking, and smarter design, what innovations or advancements are you most excited about?
I'm just waiting to see what our designers are going to come up for the next generation. Definitely, they have some plans. They are working, and I'm definitely sure they will coming up with some results. I think which we will be coming to know in our next podcast.
To end, let's have a fun game. So let's do a quick short thought round. I'll say one sentence, you have to fill it with one word.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Play is,
Expression of life
design is,
everywhere.
future playgrounds will be.
Definitely in our hands.
That's a good one. One message for your young designers.
I think they will have to observe children, the way they move, they think, they act, and I think that the designer is the right person to move in the child's brain and to think better than a software.
Today's episode helped us understand how what play truly means, how the Indian playground has evolved, and what design can shape the future of communities. This is just the beginning of Playgyaan, and we'll be back soon with more such design insights, stories, and experiences. See you in the next episode.